طيب، السلام عليكم everybody, how's it going؟ ما فيش تخطيط ولا أي شيء. الفكرة هو أنه في المرة السابقة يعني تعلمت كيف أثبت فاست اي بي اي، وعملت تجربة لتشغيله وشغلته الحمد لله اشتغل. الآن الهدف هو أن أحاول أنه أعمل end point بسيطة، دورها تتيح لنا كتابة ملف الكتابة والقراءة في ملف نصي موجود في النظام. اوكي. That's all. So الفكرة العامة هي هكذا for better visualization as they say. This one. لحظة. So where is this one? Like this. So نفترض على سبيل المثال انه هذا اوكي. So what is this? So هذا مثلا المتصفح. اوكي، هذا المتصفح وهذا النظام. اوكي. So نحن سوف نصنع API. اوكي، API. So this one, just say like API. اوكي. So API. So الهدف هو نصنع API يمكننا من عمل إنشاء ملف هنا. أوكي، إنشاء ملف هنا نصي بسيط، والكتابة عليه وقراءة محتواه، وكل ذلك من خلال المتصفح. هو لن تكون هناك واجهة رسومية، يعني مثلا هنا أدخل النص وإلى آخره، لا، سوف تكون فقط end point API. تقريبا هذا كل شيء يعني، وسوف نرى. أنا ليس لدي فكرة واضحة، أعتقد أن هذا واضح، لذلك سوف أتعلم أمامكم، وكالعادة أرتكب أخطاء وإلى آخره، وهذا ما يعجبني في الأمر، وتتعلم وترتكب أخطاء إلى آخره. طيب، نبدأ على بركة الله. سوف ننطلق من حيث توقفنا، لكن كالعادة دائما جزئية الملاحظات notes. اوكي، notes من الملاحظات السابقة حيث توقفنا. So let's say the goal is to create a simple backend app to read and write to a file in the system. طيب، هذه أول خطوة. ثاني خطوة أن نحتاج القيام به هو لنقل mv main py. So هذا البرنامج الذي عمل آخر مرة. طيب، سوف save. okay. أعمل exit ونعمل run python 3. no, ليس python 3, it's علينا تنشيط البيئة. ماذا كان اسم البيئة؟ source bin activate. اوكي. الخطوة التي بعد هذه هي unicorn main reload. طيب، server شغال. let's take this one. This one doesn't copy. I don't even know how to copy this one. Okay, just let's follow this one better than just follow the link. Okay, it will show me that Chrome browser, I guess. Where is HTTP 17888? Let's check this one. So one. Okay, this one is good. can you see me? So it's working, all is fine so far, so good. Now let's see. I think we need to keep this one, and we need to say like to create another one. So create another. How would I do that? So do I need to see? Control Shift. Good. So this one, I need this one to be over here. No, but I need the notes to be over here. So how can I switch the window to this one? Okay, not a problem. So let's say cd, let's see, then tick, learn experiment, say first, say backend, learn FastApi. Okay, that's good. What do we have here? Say source, activate is activated. Now let's move to this one, say Control C, activate, and now let's say main. No need for main, just let's continue as we are here. So say clear B. We have this. Let's try to define the steps. We might define the steps first. So what steps can we start with? So first of all, let's try to understand how to create. Let's try to create first a function. Create a function to read, before we create, let's create a function to write to file. This one, and so this one. Let's try search that and see how to create a function to function 1, function 2, see what are we going to get here. So those are steps. I don't want to say steps. Let's see that. The same, so creating a file, write. So we have write w mode. This creates a new file. file if it doesn't exist، يعني هذا ينشئ ملف إذا كان مو موجود. طيب خيارات أخرى في append mode. This mode creates a new file if it doesn't exist. If the file exists, it appends new content to it without modifying the exist. Exclusive creation mode. This creates a new file only if it doesn't already exist. If the file already exists, it raises file exist error. So mainly we have two. So we have append and we have read. append and write. So file will open, file read, this R I think it stands for read. So let's try that in a very simple way. Let's try to let's fix this one and say mv test.py, okay, and say it says with open create file. So with open say file.txt, okay, file.txt, and we set the node to w, means we are going to write to this one, right? So f, which I think stands for file, but let's make it file, that's a lot better. Then we say f file dot write. Hello there. File. So control. So, but how can I so how can I specify the file? Let's try this one. I think it will work better. So this one now, how to create function. What? This is our first search. How to create a file in Python. So let's go to Perplexity here and see, it might work better. So Python. So in Python, you can specify the path where you want to create a file, okay, using okay, here you can specify the path. All right. So for example, let's say that I want to make it on the desktop. All right. So how can I do that? Let's say I want to create a new window and say cd desktop. Okay, pwd. So we have home, oz, desktop. That's the path. So I can define the path here. Say file underscore path equal. So and desktop. Then let's say some text. Let's say my file.txt, and here I should put the file. So I should say path. Could it work like this? So say file path, control O, exit. Let's say Python 3, say test.py. Yes, it worked. so the file is here, it worked. Let's now try to go here and say that as the file is here, say cut my file. Okay, hello there, I am your file. Nice. We did the first step, which is creating a function to write to the file. So now I need to create another function. Let's say this one done. Done, and let's say so not done yet. I guess over here he says like append mode, so this is to read, this is where to read. So with open but f open file txt in the R mode. So if I want to say that first of all, that's not a function, what I am doing, so say def and create file, create file or function to write, yeah, say write write to file, write to file. That's good. Write to file. All right. So say this one. How can I push this one? Just one step like that. One step like that. So normally this function it will ask us for file path file underscore path. So for file path, use it. Now let's test it again, so we make sure that our work is good. But before that, we need to call this function, otherwise it won't work. So leave it. Just say whatever. Test. No. Say print. What is this? Huh? Data. Oh my god. Control bar. This one. What is this? Say def. Say test. Test print equal. Create file. It will ask for path, so we give it file path. Okay. And we say print test function. So test function. Let's test again. Python 3 test py. Python 3 test py. So this one. It says none. So am I supposed to return something or what? It says none. It didn't read. Let's see what's going on. Return what? So return find right or return what from file path. No, but it's just right. So let's say return. So for example, say done. Return done. Now we need to create, but first of all we need to test it again. So now there text function, text function, exit, then you have to say mv test again Python 3 done. Now let's say move to this one here. Let's try again. Got hello, I am test one function. Okay, the function worked. Now cannot change the size. Let's clear this terminal a bit. Now the second thing is to create a function that reads from the text. Reads from it's a text, I'll say. No, oh my god, I'm still not used to this one yet. So read, so def read from 5, read from 5. So read from file, it's almost the same, just change in this one. So let's say read from file. So say width, open, then you have to specify file path, file underscore path, and say file path. The mode is R, which is reading. Mode is R, which is reading. File. Let's say it's not file. Content. Content is a lot better. Then we say write. Print content. Print content. Print content. Maybe we have to return done as well here. Better than none. Done. Then same thing. Test function. Right. So right function. Say this one is read underscore function. Cool. Read from file, specify file. Same thing, just need to say write. And print. That's it. Let's exit and test it. Let's exit and test it like this way. So test py. It says there's R node encode text file unicoded F8. What is this? So text wrapper. There's something is not okay with that. So it says file path to read from exclusive creation. What does this mean? So what's the error? So specify the open. Is it supposed to read directly or something is wrong with there? So yeah, I forgot to use the read function. So print content.read. content read method. Here's some method, not a function. Let's say Python 3 hello, I am okay. So now we have the two functions working without any problem. So say done. Now the idea here, we need to create the endpoint, so we can do that through the browser. All right, we need to do that through the browser. How can we do it? So so first of all, create an endpoint to read from read file content from the browser. That's first step. So this means we need to let's move to this one. Just I think we need to close that one on the top. So say exit. Okay, that's great. Now we should say okay, go to main.py. I have this one. So what can I do is I need to copy. So city, no, that won't work. So if we did it this way, we are going to repeat ourselves, and that is not gonna work. So what we need to do here, delete tests. Let's copy this whole code. Since it works, then commenters are, let's just copy this one here. First of all, copy and paste. Shift B, there's the file path that we're going to read from. And the next part, the next one is to return, to read the content of the file. Okay, so set this function. Set Ctrl V this way. So let's try to understand what is this first. So what is this? I have to understand what is this. I want to understand what is this. No, that's a stupidity. Oh my god. This one, copy. I mean this. I see you're asking about upcut context. Decorator is a decorator syntax in Python. At symbol used to donate. At decorator is a function that modifies the behavior of another function. Okay. Okay, upcut. So app is an instance of the web framework. Okay, application example FastApi or Flask. All right, so means this one is this one. Okay. The second thing we have get is a method provided by framework to handle HTTP GET requests. Okay, specifies the route of URL path that is a function should be handled in case its root. It's the root of the path website. So for example, http example.com/. So this is the main one. Okay, so if you be like we are having multiple pages, this is the main page. Okay, يعني إنه هذه الصفحة الرئيسية. Alright, تمام. What since this one is get is a method. Okay, are there other methods? Are there other methods? Are there other methods? Yes, there are other methods for defining routes in Python web framework besides get. The approach depends on the framework you use, but here are some common alternatives. You have up route. Okay, up route, decorator flask. Okay, no, yeah, just a second. So route, submit, explicit HTTP methods. Okay, this one, HTTP method, decorator, flask, portal, so on. So in FastApi, you have method specific decorators, get, post, and pot, etc. So this post. So we have post, get. What is the difference? What is the difference between them? Like get, post, and pot. Pot this way, or pot. Pot. Let's put this way. Yeah, this way. Pot. The main difference between HTTP methods get, post, and pot are related to how they interact with the resources on the server. Their intended use and their behavior regarding data transmission, idiomatency. Just a second, let's see how this word is pronounced. Copy. So I need this one. It's not here, so I'll say natural. Okay, this one, just get started. Personal. Yeah, my Allah. Okay. Enter text. Yes, when I enter text, like who's gonna talk? What is he going to say? So English, alright, that's fine. Enter the text. I have this one.
Idempotency.
Mashallah. Idempotency. Okay, let's back. Idempotency, transmission and idempotency. So we have a get method, purpose, retrieve data. So this one is for reading, fetch. Okay, use case fetch from the server, data visible in URL, save. Yes, save to repeat. Okay, read and so on. We have post is submit data, means like send something, and get is to get something, post is to send something. So put is to update or create resources at known URI. So known URI. What does this mean? What does this mean? Means that the HTTP port method is used either update an existing resource if already exists at the specific URI, uniform resources identifier, or create new resources at the exact URI if it doesn't already exist. So the port method يعني لديها القدرة على تعديل على ما هو موجود أو إنشاء الأمر إذا كان، أو إنشاء لنقل الريسورس أو المورد أو الشيء إذا كان غير موجود. أوكي طيب، في حالة أن نحن ما دون نريد القراءة فحاليا وما نحتاجه get، وفي الكتابة سوف نحتاج post. أوكي طيب، so if we have a method, so method say hi the name of the method, then here we need to specify the URI. Okay, so I can say this way, at oh my god, say say at then app dot what dot get, then here I should specify the URI. So for example read, I think we need to put in, okay, so read here and read. Okay, so this one is going to read. So instead of print, what we can do here is to make return or no, just a second. What is this? So I say print content dot read. So we can say return content. Let's try this one and see if it works. Say return content dot read, but let's make it a bit better. So let's say response equal content dot read. So I don't think that we are going to make this one, so let's can make this out. And let's test. Let's say Control O. What's this? Control O. Why? Is there a problem? I think this one should be here, right? Okay, it's all fine. Now what we can do is let's say control this. This one at the same thing, cd z, then create, let's say that's backend learn. Okay, and yeah, I think we don't need this even. Let's exit for a while and just say build the icon, reload. Okay, reload. So it seems fine. It seems all fine. Let's go to this link. see this one. This doesn't copy. This it doesn't copy. So am I having any? So let's see this one. Where is that one? It's still, because it's still, can you see me? Because it's still on this one. So it's still here. Query missing file, this one, and processable entity. So the get method. Why so? Okay, and processable entity get. So print. Why so? Maybe second processable entity. Let's try to make this string. So let's say to say str. Convert this to string and say control O. Exit. Let's try again. Let's try to reload. No. What does this mean? It's like why it is null. Okay, just let's try with this guy here. Let's see. Doc. Docs. Documents, say hi, read from a file, but why it is requiring a file path? Because okay, that's a mistake, that's my mistake. Okay, so let's try, why not? Let's try, you know, why not? That'd be good to be with the file path. Alt, not this one, so let's say cd the tech experiment, so around cd so this is the path. Okay, let's try to copy the path and see what's going on. Give it a try. So I'm going to over this one, execute, response, text, internal server error. It's like why this one? Internal server error. So or the desktop, blah 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 blah. So what makes it unreadable? Read file path. Response. That's not. No such file or directory. Home or the desktop. No such file or directory. Why so? Await feature. Okay, so it's going to read from file. That's read file server error exception. What does this mean? Means await run and point function. Await feature. How to read a, okay, let's try to say something. How to read a file from this desktop using FastApi. I don't need videos, so Stack Overflow. Let's check Stack Overflow, FastApi, resources, files, reading, download, FastApi. Post predict, upload, predict, file, open as buffer. So the way is totally different of what I am doing. Okay, if in your function supports like dot file, upload, which is support temporary increase, or if not function requires the file in bytes, dot read as a method, see documentation, dot read because they're like update. So okay, from IO, bytes IO. Okay, contents file, equal file, read, buffer, data, simple, exception. So this one. Let's check this one. Request this, how to read a file from files, post, FastApi, file, upload, file, bytes. Let's check this one and back. So say that I want to read a file, a.txt file, file content, and show it using FastApi. Using FastApi. How to do? Apt-get, read file, to read the content of a text from disk and show it using FastApi. You can use FastApi route handlers and plain text response class to return the file content. Okay, as a plain text. So okay. Apt-get response class. So we need to use this response class. All right. So fast. What we do? Yeah. Fast API. Dot responses import plain text response plain text response then up fast API real. So class file path async upget, so file path async. So say this one, so class response class. What is this response class? What I can afford? So response class on response. Let's call it class equal plain response equal plain response async. So it needs to be asynchronous. Get without async word here. Async read from file path, then your file path.txt with open file path read as file read return content. So normally everything is so good so far. So we do not need to specify the path in here to avoid having any problem. Control O. Let's check again. What is that one? Say, let's reload. Response successful. Try out. Execute. Still internal server error. Encode content encode. Solve. What line is causing the problem? Let's check again. So there is a line is causing a problem. So R file path. Okay. Okay. I need to identify the file path inside, but maybe I think it's outside. Will be fine now. So let's check this one. Content encode. Type ignore. Dict object has okay, so that's the problem. Return, that's the problem. So okay, let's check now. What is this? Check now. Let's see. All right. This one. Execute. The icon. Okay, worked. Hello there, I am text from function. That's great. That's great. The problem has been solved. Now we can read the content, the content. That's great. So now let's mark this as done. Mark this as done. Later, so let's create an endpoint to write to the file. To the file. So let's see. have our write function here. Let's read create write to file. Just write the file. Now how can I do it? What you have to do here, let's say asynchronous, so it need to be asynchronous, I guess. Say first of all we say post. That one is to send data, so post just let me take note first of all. Take some notes. So we have HTTP methods. What's the mistake with that? Methods we have get we have get it to send data to it's to read data, and we have post to save to send data. We have port to update or create if not exist to create data if not exist. Okay, that's good. Now it's back to our one here. So we have post method, that is the get method, but the post method. So it's like that one is read. This let's say write. Then say def. Before def, let's say async def read write file. Just write. So you don't need to specify anything, and say with open. Okay, file path with open file underscore path. File path, the mode is to write. But I think we need to specify something. Yes, I think yes, that's it. We need it. We need to do it. So here, content text. Let's say just text, and with open return return content text return text dot write. Here we need to specify the content text. Let's say data text data. It must be string. This way. I'm not sure if we should. What is this? Controls. Right. So there is a mistake. I'm still struggling with this editor. Right, it's all fine now. So right, this one. What should I write? So this is what I write. Say text underscore data text data, and let's go type string str. So how, let's ask this question. So how to set data type in Python. How to set data type in Python function explicitly. Data type function. Just looks like we have too much in here. Leave this page and step over for close. Close this one. What is this? Close this one as well. Close. Let me listen to this difficult word again.
Idempotency.
Idempotency. Okay, so how to explicitly, oh my god. So data type, what is this? Print output. Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. Concatenate. Define data types for calling a function. No, I'm not talking about this. I hate when the connection is bad. String get data type. So not talking about paste. Okay, so parameter, so this is parameter and type. Parameter and type. So let's take notes here. So the data type function. So we have function name this way, then para, then data, and just say type. That's it. That's simple. That's simple. Thank you so much. We've learned how we do it. We were here, so I am correct then. So I am doing it. Okay. Must be string. Normally return text data. So let's say okay, then say control save. Post. What's wrong with post? Okay, that's a mistake. So say up dot post. Has to be this way. Okay. Let's resize this one. Move to this guy over here. Reload. So we need to write. So he says like hello from API. Hello from API. Internal server error. Why that? Text IO wrapper takes exactly one argument, but 0 were given. What does this mean? Does this mean that Okay, return. So this return is making a problem. So why so? As text, return. What might make this one wrong? Return content text. While path. I think I need to write text data. Yeah. Okay. Let's check again. Say execute. Okay. Nice. Now worked. Now hello from API. Now let's try to read and see if that really works or not. So try out, execute, hello from API. Very good. Worked. That's great. So now I've created 2 endpoints. I'm speaking English the whole way. Anyways, so كذا تم الأمر. Okay, this way. That's the way. So from response. So we don't need this even. Just was a waste of time. Those guys over here. Just making it that simple. It's working. But okay, so this one. Are you sure that this was waste of time? Yes. Let's see. Let's try out. Hello from API. Great. Now let's say enter text data. I think it worked. I think it worked. Send. Execute. I think it worked. Very good. Now I think that's enough. We could just change the method from write to append, so we can not here, so we can just read append instead of append. So let's check that out. Save and see. Let's say I think it worked. Let's move that. So say this text. I'm adding this text. Execute. It worked. Check. I think okay, I think worked. Nice. Very good. That's good. Basic basic أساسية.